Hi traders, welcome to this trading room. We are very excited to announce this new program that we have launched. We're going to be holding these trading rooms. We want to get closer to our traders and we want to get to know them and have some fun together, trading together, analyzing the markets, scanning the markets, finding some setups, something to trade. And we want to share ideas with our traders and each other. So we invite you all to assist these trading rooms. We're going to be holding them 4 times a week, Monday through Thursday. Same time, it might change a little bit, but you can review all the information on your dashboard. So be sure you get it in time and in live versions so we can chat and we have a good time. So what we're gonna do today, I hope you see my screen. I have the MT4 platform open. And I wanna start with weekly analysis, a long-term analysis of currency or 2 currencies. And then let's zoom into a small time frame and we'll try to find a price action setup or a pattern, and we'll try to trade it if we have the opportunity. Just remember, we're gonna be live, so you will get to see everything, the good things, the bad things, the profits, the losses. So we're gonna try to explain how we open positions, enter positions, how we manage open positions or losing positions, losing trades. And we want to learn from all the process. So if we start with the USD JPY, USD yen on the daily chart, we had a really strong down movement. And short term on the daily chart, we had this run to the downside. We broke this important support right here, which is now a resistance levels. We touch it once, we try to broke it, and we pull back below the resistance levels. And we are testing it again. Okay, remember the support and resistance levels are not fine lines, they are zones, they are areas. So we are right there on the daily chart trying to break it. So we have to see if we today or maybe tomorrow we get to break it, because if we do break it, we might start another movement to the upside, maybe to this area or maybe even to this area, resistance areas. But if we fail to break it and this candle forms what I like to call a pin bar, leaving like a large tail in the top, that would be a selling signal. That would be an open door for a sell movement. First to this level, and if that level fails, maybe even to the bottom right here. Okay, so we need to wait for the closing of this day. We'll see how this day breaks, develops, and then take a decision. The other currency pair we can look for is the pound USD. Again, this is the daily chart. If we look at this by itself, we can see we have an uptrend. We can see all the pivots. We have a pivot low, a run, a very big run, a pivot low, and then we are like in this consolidation right here. But like this could be by itself like an up movement. We are currently on a up movement, but if we zoom out a little bit, look where we are. We're right in a very, very big supply and resistance level. So again, we need to wait to see what happens with this consolidation. We did see these tails right here, but when we had the up movement, we tested that resistance area and we pulled back. And now we're going up. We might see a new test of that area, and then we have to wait for confirmation of a break of that area. Otherwise, if it fails, it might go to the downside. Actually, if we go to the 4-hour chart, you can see it's forming right now a head and shoulders pattern. You can see left shoulder, head, and right now it's testing the same area of the left shoulders. Like it's getting to that area. So if the head and shoulders forms, that would be, you know, this is the neckline. So that would be if we see a head and shoulders formation, that would be also a sell signal, or maybe reversal signal to the downside. So it very depends on your style. If you want to wait for some confirmation on the upside, try to join the up movement. Or if you are more like a long-term trader, you might want to try to look for a sell opportunity of these head and shoulder formations. Or maybe if it goes to the top, maybe a double top here on the top, and then try to sell it. Or just wait for the confirmation, the breakout of this neckline, and then join the down movement. That's all about styles. So that would be my weekly ideas, like my long-term ideas. Those are the pairs I'm looking at for a long-term trading. But if we want to show maybe some setups and some trading ideas, intraday trading, just to show how to manage a trade and how to enter a trade and how to manage a position, let's clear these charts a little bit. Let's see if we can find some pattern or some setup on the 5-minute chart. So let's zoom out a little bit. We're right now, this is the 5-minute chart of the pound. Again, we see we have a support level right here. This area right here is an important support level. Maybe this one as well, and we had also this one here. But overall, you can see we have the pivots and we are on an uptrend. But again, we're reaching all that resistance right here. So we have to be careful if we want to trade the upside, just keeping in mind we're reaching a lot of resistance. If we want to try to join this uptrend, I would like prices going a bit lower, maybe to this area right here. And then I will try to buy this market in anticipation of an up movement to this area. Please let me know. You have the chat. Let me know if you have any idea or what you're looking at or what do you think. We can share some ideas together if you have a different strategy. Let me see if we have something else. Let's see. Let's zoom into the yen 5-minute chart. Okay, now look, the yen is forming a head and shoulders pattern on the 5-minute chart. Okay, again, we saw, it's incredible. The markets are fractal. So same patterns we find on the 4-hour chart or daily chart, we find it also in small time frames. So we have shoulder, head, shoulder, and now we're testing the neckline would be right here. We need to make two things. Either wait for the breakout. We can wait for the breakout and then trade the pullback to the downside. Or we can go a little bit riskier and maybe try to fade this area here. If we think the head and shoulders will hold, we could try to make a little scalp if we get to this area and then have a very tight stop loss. That would be another idea. So let's wait a little bit. We'll see what we have in both charts. Let's look for something else. 5-minute charts. Okay, I don't like this pattern. This is an outside range. I don't like trading those. USD CAD downtrend. Again, a lot of support right here. On trending days, I want to trade in the direction of the trade. So let's see what else do we have. A lot of consolidation on the Aussie. Let's zoom in a little bit. 1 hour chart, a lot of tail activity on the top, a lot of selling pressure right here. So we could try maybe to sell this market if it goes to this area. Maybe try to sell it again and then have a stop loss in place right here. You can see the big consolidation we are in. So if we go up, we could try to sell it. Nothing here. What's going on here? Dollar franc. Okay, so let's stick to those. We had the Aussie dollar, the pound, and the yen. And then let's just wait a little bit. We have a pattern, confirmation to take any trades. Okay, this is not moving out further. This is going down. So okay, so let's focus on the pound dollar. We have 3 more minutes on this candle. Let's see if we can go on a buying position. If I will take a buying position right here, I would be risking 8 pips, and I'll be willing to win maybe 10 or 12 max. It's like a little better than 1-to-1 risk reward. At least I place my stop loss here, unless I place my stop loss here, and then I would have only 2 or 3 pip stop loss for a better reward ratio. So let's wait a little bit. I want to see the closing of this candle. I want to see the information because if this continues, if this closes in the bottom side, I won't take the trade. I need to see some kind of bullish pressure. Tell me this market is willing to go to the upside. So we have 2 more minutes on this candle. Let's see what else is going on. Okay, yen is going up. And we missed the Aussie trade. Maybe on the Aussie, we could try to buy it. We are on a bullish candle. We are on an uptrend. So we have alignment on different time frames. But again, look at the tails on the 1 hour chart. I don't like these tails. I feel this is going down. So I won't buy this. Okay, let's stick to the pound. Let's see if we can have a little trade here. So I like the tail. This is showing me rejection of the price of this level right here. So if it closes right now, we have 1 more minute to this candlestick to close. But if it closes, we have 2 ways to enter this market. We can either place a buy stop right here and only get triggered if we have some confirmation to the upside, or with a market order and just buy it, but we miss the confirmation. We get a better price, but we miss the confirmation. We can do that. Let's see how it looks on the. Okay, let's just take it. Now I see the 1 minute chart. I see this pin bar, that's a rejection. So we should find a little bit of movement, unless this goes. Okay, let's do both. Okay, we took the buy. Now I have to ask myself, where do I want to get out of this trade? I can either place my stop loss here. You know, this is a new pivot. You know, if we, let's clear here, this one here. We have the pivots, right? And this might form a new pivot, but I don't know if this will be a pivot until the close of this next bar. So if this bar either breaks the bottom, the top of the previous bars and goes up, I would be very happy with that. If it goes down, I need to see how prices forms, because if it breaks the pivot, the tail of this bar, all my setup invalidates. So we need to wait a little bit. If there's some questions, this is a good time to ask. Solid. We also want to be aware of the spread. JP pound dollar. We have, okay, we have a good spread. Now we're in a waiting game. You know, there's a lot of trading. It's just waiting. There's not a lot to do. We need to wait for the market to tell us what to do and when to do it. Let's see the rest of the pairs. Okay, so right now the bar is breaking the top of the previous bar, which is good for our trade. But now this bar needs to hold right there, right? If it forms a tail on the top, it's showing us weakness and showing us that our pattern is failing. So we have 2 more minutes. You can see the clock here. 2 more minutes for this trade to develop and to go in our favor or either or against us. And every time we have a new bar, we have new information and the opportunity to take new decisions. So right now we are almost 3 pips profit. If it closes right there, could you please tell us again where your stop loss and take profit? Okay, so that's my entry point, right? This one right here. So this bar is confirming, it's telling me this is a new pivot. So for me, if this trade breaks this pivot right here, all my setup is invalidated, right? So I could place my stop loss maybe, you know, below the support, but my risk reward ratio is not that great. And I could place my stop loss here in case the price goes against me. So I would be, right now I'm risking 5 pips, and now right now I'm 5 pips in profit. So right now I'm 1-to-1 risk reward. And my first target or my first take profit would be this area right here, this pivots. That would be 11 pip profit. So this trade, if it gets there, would give me a 2-to-1 reward. So this was a really nice bar. However, we are approaching this resistance right here. If we go to 1 minute, we might see it clearer. Okay, you can see this, all this level right here. This is a resistance. Last time price was there, formed this bar right here. So we want just right this. We want the break and the close above the resistance levels. So this is a very important candle for us. We want this to break and get momentum and close above this level. If it closes below the level, I might consider, you know, adjusting my stop loss, or maybe I only got in with one position, so I don't have a lot of flexibility with my money management. I just have to decide if I keep it open or close it. But if I had gone with more than one position, I could maybe take right now one profit, so I get, you know, I minimize risk. Okay, so we got the break. Now we're pulling back, and this, I want this to, in the 1 minute chart, to have this little pullback, and then a continuation, or this candle right there, forming that tail. That tail is a good signal for us. I want this bar to close right there. Now there's a lot of buying activity. And if the market tells me if it's going in my favor, so I want to also adjust my take profit. You know, I want to make it wider. Okay, let's go back to the 5 minute chart. If you find a setup on the 5 minute chart, you may consider not micromanaging it, you know, unless you want to add to your position. In that case, you could go to a lower time frame and then, you know, wait for a pullback and then adding to your position. But if you're just starting out, you don't need to micromanage any position. You just stick to your time frames. So we need to keep waiting. You know, there's a lot of profits are made just by doing nothing. And if we identify we're on a trending day, like today, we're moving up. This is the day. This is the 5 minute chart. You know, we have nice trends, nice movements. So you might consider holding your positions. And how you manage your open position is just style. You know, it's very personal. Let's see what other pairs are doing. I missed those. I missed these trades. It's okay. We'll stick to our open position. Would you trail your trailing stop? Would you trail your stop? Yeah, you can trail your stop. This is, I mean, it's not a good moment to trail your stop. Maybe you can adjust your stop to this level here, you know, to the bottom of the previous bar, because if it breaks the previous bar, so it's telling you that it's going down, correct? But you have to be sure you give the market space to develop in your favor. You don't want a really tight stop, because, you know, markets won't move linearly. Markets will move in waves. So, you know, if you maybe you could tell, I will place my stop loss here, right? But the market could, before it goes in your favor, could pull all the way back and then take all the buying orders and then going in your favor. So you want to be very careful where you place your stop loss when you trail them, when you adjust them. Okay, we have 5 more seconds before the closing of the bar. Now this 5 minute bar, I like the tail on the bottom, but I don't like the size of the bar. We had a really big buying bar, and then a much smaller bar right here. So I would have wanted or like it, the second bar to be also a very, bullish bars like this back here. You can see a lot of bullish bars and big bars. I feel we're about to make a new pivot and probably a pullback or a move to the downside. Is the area of your take profit is also a good area to take a sell position? That's a great question. Right here, would I take a sell position? Maybe. Again, you have to let the market get there and then how it develops and then take your decisions. Because if it goes all the way to the top, I wouldn't be selling it, because I would be going against the trend, the major on the daily and the major on the 5 minute. But if it goes very slowly, reaches this area right here, and then forms like a tail on the upside, I might consider selling this area right here. In the meantime, there's not much to do. I did move my stop loss to here. If I had 2 positions opened, I might be closing one of those, and then the other one with the take profit maybe here, with the stop loss down here, because I want to allow the market to have some breathing space. In 5 minutes at 5:30, we have the opening of the New York session of the stock market, and that creates a lot of volatility in the market. There's a lot of news announcements on that time. So you want to be sure you don't get trapped on a news announcement. I checked before, there aren't any news announcements today, but that might create a lot of momentum in your favor. We are in a good position right now. We just need to give the market some time, and at 5:30, that might create a spike, a really big movement in your favor or against you. So that's why you want to adjust your stop losses and just watch the market. It's like a new language. If we zoom in a little bit on the 5-minute chart, we see this consolidation. So market will either break this consolidation to the downside or to the upside. This consolidation, if it broke to the downside, let me tell you what I think. All these consolidations is inside this bar, right? This is called a mother bar. All these bars, except of this week right here, all these bars are inside this candle right here. So the market will either break hard the top or break out hard the bottom. And the breakout would likely happen in 1 minute when the stock market in New York opens. So if the market broke hard to the downside, I want to be out of that position. Okay, so I will adjust my okay, so I got out of the trade. I hope I won't regret. Let's see how that did. Okay, this one right here, 36, almost 4 pips. Look what I told you. Okay, this is the breakout, continuation of the breakout. So I'm happy I got out at that moment, because this might just go out, go down hard, or it might find some support again in this area. So that would either present a new opportunity to buy, or just a new movement to the downside. But either way, I'm happy I'm out on profit, and maybe have a new opportunity to buy, then to buy again, to enter again. Okay, you can see the speed of the candles right now. You can see the spread has widened, and you can see the speed of the tick orders coming in. See what happened to the other. Okay, again, the Aussie dollar, a little movement to the up, but not very decisive, so I don't like it either. What happened here to the dollar yen? It has tested this support many times and pulled back. I wouldn't be surprised if it breaks that support, that break. Okay, I think that's it. I wanted to demonstrate a little bit how to enter a position. You know, we talk about how to read price action and buy stop order against a market order, and where to define stop losses and how to manage an open position. I hope you enjoyed this trading room, and we will be holding these ones every day. So make sure you check your dashboard to join us also tomorrow and next days. And we want to make sure we all have the opportunity to trade together. So all our traders that want to maybe review your strategy or your statistics or give a trading idea, you will have the opportunity to do that. So make sure you are here and active in the chat with the questions. The questions really help us to make this, you know, to learn from each other. So thanks everyone for attending. See you next trading room. Bye-bye.